Welcome, friends. In this training, I'm going to talk about the concept of image resolution. In digital photography, resolution is the level of detail contained in an image. More specifically, it refers to the number of pixels that exist within an image. The higher the resolution and the richer the pixel count, the more detail and definition you will see. So, how do we calculate the resolution for a picture? By default, the 300 pixels per inch is normally the accepted value for an image resolution. So printing an image at a resolution of 300 pixels per inch squeezes the pixels in close enough together to keep everything looking sharp. In fact, 300 is usually a bit more than we need. So how do we really calculate the exact resolution that we need for an image based on the dimension of that image? To do that, we need to understand the concept of what is called a viewing distance. The viewing distance is the distance between an observer and the object being viewed. So let's look at a typical example. Let's assume that we have a banner size of 5 feet by 2 feet. The width is 5 feet, which, if you do the conversion, is 60 inches, and the height is 2 feet, which, if you do the conversion, is 24 inches. So the diagonal of this rectangular object will be 5.4 feet, which, when converted, will give us 64.8 inches. So how do we do the conversion from feet to inches? We can rely on online sources. So you Google it and you type convert feet to inches and you specify the value that you want there. 5 feet will give us 60 inches, and 2 feet, for example, will give us 24. So you just type it in there. And how do we calculate the diagonal of an image based on the width and the height that we have? Another site will help us to do this. This is the site, and all what you need to do is to specify the values that you have there depending on the dimension. For example, if we have 60 inches for the length and we have the height of 48 inches, um, we could just do our calculation, click on calculation, the system tells us that's the diagonal. If you don't want to use this, then you can use the Pythagoras theorem to do your calculation if you are good in maths. So having said that, we will return back to what we're doing. So coming back here, you can see that if you also have a banner size of 5 feet by, okay, so coming back here, you can now calculate the viewing distance. The viewing distance for a banner size of 5 feet by 2 feet will be 2 times the diagonal. So we got the diagonal to be 64.8, and that will give us 129.6. So to calculate the resolution based on this dimension, we will divide this number 3438 by 129.6, and we'll have approximately 27 pixels per inch. So you can see this is far smaller than the default 300 inches that we use. If you design an object, an image with this resolution, and you compare it with the resolution, that's the default resolution of 300, you will see that the picture quality will be exactly the same, if not better. The same thing too, if you have a banner size of 5 feet by 4 feet, you do the conversion, you will have, for 5 feet, you have 60 inches, for 4 feet, you have 48 inches, and the diagonal will give you 6.4 feet, which is 76.8 inches. So the viewing distance will be 2 times the diagonal, which is 2 times 78, 26.8, that gives us 153.6. So when once we divide our number, our magic number on code, by 153.6, we will now have a resolution of approximately 22 pixel per inch. So that's what we're going to use for the dimension. So now with your graphic software, you can set this dimension and use it for your design. So I'm going to set this on a Micromedia Fireworks environment. So I'm clicking on Micromedia Fireworks. For example, you can use any other graphic software, but be sure you set the resolution to reflect the dimension that you want to work on. So I click on Fireworks file. So here you can see that my width, this is a banner size of 5 feet by 4 feet. My width is 60 inches, and my height is 48 inches, and the resolution is 22 pixel per inch. So I can choose my background. I want a white background, and I click on this. So this is the dimension of the object that I want to build. I can change the percentage to reflect whatever I want. So once I have this, I do my design around here. Once it's printed, the color will come out beautiful. Example of such project we've done. This is one, and this is just to name a few. Many other projects we've done. So that's really how it is. Thank you for listening.